This is a podcast called 25 Whistles, talking football, and they all wear a whistle. Yeah, it's stupid, but what did you expect? It's a podcast called 25 Whistles. 25 Whistles.
Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. That sound you might have heard was Eddie hitting his computer against a microphone.
Yeah. I do it all the time.
But the microphones are always there.
But they just are always in the way. You know what I mean?
No, but they're always there, so that would... They're not in the way if they live there.
I know. I do it all the time. It's ridiculous.
I'll start us off. All right, show starts now. Good to see everybody. We got a lot to talk about. I have so many things in my mind. I like to start with pass interference. Would you like to hear about it?
Yes, absolutely.
I think that, and I'd like to put pass interference and free throws in the same category. Because I think if you, let's say I'm Chris Paul, and I hit Devin Booker, perfect pass, and Devin Booker gets fouled and has to go shoot free throws, and he makes the free throws. I think I, as Chris Paul, should get an assist because I gave him the ball that allowed him to make those points.
Interesting.
Because he wouldn't have even had a shot to get those free throws and make those shots if I didn't give him the perfect. It's an assist. Yeah, he has to make the free throws, both of them, to get the assist. I think there should be an assist given if you put him in a scenario to score, and he scores. That's what an assist is. You give him the ball, he catches the ball, or her, but in this situation, you make a pass to a person that allows them the opportunity to score based on how good a pass yours was. So let's say Devin Booker, I get fouled. Boom, the ball doesn't go in. Well, Chris Paul just hooked it up. Perfect pass. Got him in that spot to get fouled. Then he makes the free throws. That should be an assist.
So does he get an assist if he makes both?
Oh, yeah, both.
Love it. I like that,
because,
actually.
And you could say one, because what if it's one shot? Well, if you're only doing one, that means you probably made the other one.
So that's an automatic assist.
And you got the assist anyway.
Yeah.
So that's a bad rule. They should change that. The other one is, and that's why I get to pass interference for, if I throw a ball and it's 25 yards and it's interfered with, that should count as a reception and the yards. Because it was about to be caught.
Somebody got screwed in fantasy.
No, I didn't. It's not even about me.
I feel like this is where this is coming from.
It's not, but think about that. Why would they interfere unless it was advantageous to the receiver?
Correct.
That it was about to get caught.
Unless it's the one where they're not looking at the ball. What is it? If you're looking at the ball.
Yeah, your head's got to turn around. It doesn't matter. You should still, that should still be counted as a reception, and the yards should count. Because it's not about fantasy at all. I got Mahomes. He's crushing. It doesn't matter. But I think that's...
I know, but when your receiver gets 50 yards on a pass interference and he doesn't get the points for that, I hate it.
But, yes, and he might have caught it if somebody had dicked with him.
For sure.
So those are my two. Yes.
Well, I was going to say one more thing. What if it occurs in the end zone? Does he get a touchdown?
No,
That's too much.
I think you draw the line somewhere, Kevin.
That's too much, Kevin.
I want to see how far we can go here.
But you don't get the touchdown because a touchdown wasn't put on the board. 50 yards are put on on a
play or
on a pass interference, spot of the foul, whatever.
Yeah. So the 50 yards is there. It just is a ghost 50 that nobody gets. So that 50 yards should actually go to the receiver and the quarterback, and it should be a reception. You removed any chance for them to do it because of cheating on the other team. And sure, they got flagged, but you're just going to the point that you would have gotten anyway had there not been cheating for the most part.
Go ahead, Adam.
Adam's mic's not. Your mic's not on.
Do they change while Adam's getting set up? Do they change rules every year? Like, do certain rules get changed every year?
They go into meetings, and sometimes no rules get changed, and sometimes they're so tiny
that you don't even notice
you wouldn't
they
even
changed?
know. So that's just what was on my mind before I came in here. I just wanted to share it with you guys.
I agree with both of those things. I would like both of those.
The assist one is so easy.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's not already a rule. It just should be, that's just common sense. If I gave you the ball that allowed you to score those points, just the end. Here's the thing, I passed you the ball. That opportunity was presented to you by me and you scored points. Now, whatever happens in the middle, even if it's free throws fouled, you actually do make it. That's an assist to get those points. Boom. Pass interference yards, I understand that could be a little more controversial. It's not even real controversy. I can understand people could disagree with that. But again, if there wasn't the pass interference, why would there be pass interference most of the time? Well, probably because the receiver
was about to catch the ball,
had an advantage, which most times turns into a reception. That's my thought. It doesn't change the game at all. It literally just rewards the player. So there's no difference in the score or the outcome. Just rewarding the player. And it'll hurt us all in fantasy. good and bad, depending who the player is.
Right.
So that's it. That's my thoughts. Send that up to Commish.
Oh, for sure. They'll hear this and change it.
Yeah. Your mic work, Adam? Not yet.
No,
All right.
nothing yet.
So you weren't in here when we started the show. That's what happened. Adam had to poop or something. And he was
Adam.
gone. Okay. So there's that. Let's do the warm up. You guys want to warm it up?
Yes.
Warm it up, Chris.
I'm about to.
Warm it up, Chris.
That's what I was born to do.
All right. Your favorite show right now, favorite TV show, favorite streaming show right now that you're watching, you're into, it's number one. Eddie.
Right now, I am waiting every week for White Lotus because I'm caught up and I love it. Season 2. I saw White Lotus season 1, loved it, and this is the second season of it. I think they're 2 episodes in. There's a third one waiting for me at home. I will be watching it this weekend.
Never seen an episode.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's like a hotel resort, and they're different ones. It's almost like a whole branch of resorts or whatever. And the first one was in Hawaii, I believe, and this one is in Italy. And so something always goes wrong in the resort. It all starts with a murder. Like something's happened and we don't know how it happened. So the whole show's built on what happened in that situation.
Is it funny?
There's funny things in it, but for the most part, no. It's like a mystery.
That's Adam pecking on his microphone. You could have just waited and talked instead of pecking him over.
But
That's on
anyway,
me.
White Lotus, dude, so good.
That's like, oh, yeah, yes. Mike.
I was watching White Lotus too, but I don't love it. The show I love right now is Atlanta. It's on FX. It's the final season. I love Childish Gambino, and the show's funny.
Kickoff Kevin.
What is the question? The favorite show right
Kevin
now?
was running around trying to fix
He
Adam's
was.
microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to be the technical guy here.
Yeah, favorite show right now.
Right now, I'm not really watching any shows.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing you're
He's
waiting.
got a
Now that I'm
girlfriend.
thinking about it, it's like
Oh, so do I.
Well,
football.
you got a wife.
I said no.
And shows. I mean, I have my go-to shows, but yeah, I'm not watching anything new right now. Actually. I'm looking, by the way. So if you guys know of any,
Well, Eddie said
White Lotus.
White Lotus, and Mike said
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
okay.
Adam.
I'm late to the party on Yellowstone. I finally got on Yellowstone. Lainey Wilson was going to be on there. I was like, I love Lainey. I want to catch up with the show, see what's going on.
It's good.
So there we are.
Where are you? Season 1?
Season 2. We're kind of at the end of season 2.
Peripheral's really good on Amazon. You watching that, Mike?
I haven't started it yet. I'm going
Oh,
to.
man, it's awesome.
It's probably a just me show though.
Caitlin's the one that brought it to me. And she said, hey, I want to watch the show Peripheral. And I was like, Even though every show she's ever told me is good, I just always have to have resistance. I don't know why. I'm just a resistant person. I'm like, oh, man.
Just stubborn. Stubborn as crap.
Maybe I just want to be like, fine. So then I'm like, remember when you made me do this?
Yeah.
You hold it against her.
And
Is she still in Peripheral?
loves it.
Wow.
But halfway through the first episode, she goes, oh, no, this is a you show. And I was like, yeah, it is a me show. It's great. And it's about, I'll say virtual, it's 10 years in the future. So it's not 100 years, it's 10 years in the future. And we already have a bunch of virtual stuff and meta and metaverse and da-da-da. But it's really good. If you're not science fiction, I would watch Inside Man on Netflix. It was a show that ran on BBC. It's only 4 episodes.
That looks good.
Stanley Tucci is getting the death penalty, and he was a criminology professor. He's able to figure stuff out from behind bars. It's good. It's
that
only
looks good.
It's only 4 episodes, and again, it's a BBC show that ran over there. And in England or the UK, they run things short.
Yeah.
They'll do 2 episodes and that's it, or 2 seasons and that's it. They call them series instead of seasons.
They always have a definite end. Like, no
And it's
more.
like, done. Can't wait for the 3rd. Oh, we don't do a 3rd. The Office was 2 seasons of the UK version. A lot of those shows are just 2 seasons and that's it. And they move on to the next thing.
Interesting.
All right, over to Adam. Adam stats. Let's go.
Adam Stats. Adam has all your stats for you. Adam Stats.
What you got, Adam?
We're going to start in college. I had a really interesting stat that I came across. Of the top 20 wide receivers in the country, there's only 2 who are on playoff contending teams. That's Jalen Hyatt for Tennessee, who is 2nd overall in receiving, and Marvin Harrison Jr. for Ohio State. What does that tell me? It tells me the very best teams are well-balanced rush versus pass, but also a great mix of weapons they can spread the ball to.
It tells me that they're just a bunch of little schools where they're not having stats are weird when you're comparing Eyeball University to Tennessee.
It's true.
These are non-Power 5 schools. Who knows how good the offense is or defense is, or at least there's a level when you're in a Power 5 of what they're going to bring even at the floor. You're not just going to be able to go out and wipe it down. Some of these schools, You just get one good receiver that's better than everybody else, they can just dominate a game.
Yeah.
It's like high school more than it is college. So that's what I hear. And that's also like when it's like they're, okay, the sack leaders this season. Well, from Hyatt Johnston University with 73 sacks, it's like he's getting to play NCAA football on PS5 where everybody else is playing real football. So, yeah, it's interesting. There's only 2. I do like that stat. But
It's in the top 20 receivers.
Who's number 1?
Who's number 1?
Because I'm sure it's somebody,
oh,
from
man.
You never hear of. But even like Bailey Zappi, he comes to mind. Western Kentucky set all kinds of records. But you're like, it's still Western Kentucky.
That's true.
and they're playing. But again, he has a Western Kentucky offensive line. But if he just happens to be a point and a half better, he wipes that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's the next one, Adam?
We're going to go to the Cowboys now. NFL. Eddie, this hurt my feelings when I saw this week. It's another one that's been going on around this week and Twitter and all that stuff. It hurts for us Cowboys fans. 195-1. That's the Cowboys' over all-time record when leading by 14 points going into the fourth quarter. It's the first game they ever lost.
Won. Wow.
195-1.
Wow, that's tough.
First time they've ever lost a game going into the fourth quarter leading by 2 touchdowns. To me, this feels like some classic Cowboys nonsense. Moments like these, to me, feel like the moments that kept the Cowboys from winning playoff games, kept the Cowboys from winning Super Bowls, all that stuff in 3 decades. Get your finger pointers ready. Who are you pointing the blame on for this one, for this meltdown in the fourth quarter versus the Packers?
That's tough, man. I mean, I got to put it on Coach just because, I mean, who else can be in this situation? Coach is the leader at that moment. Okay.
I put it on God.
I was going to say who else could be over Coach.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
The big man upstairs.
I've been a Cowboy fan for just a little bit. God hates the Cowboys.
No, he does not.
Trust me. Hey.
He does not hate the Cowboys.
God hates the Cowboys. I've just learned this.
God bless Texas, man.
No, but he also hates the Cowboys.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I think he's still pissed about the Oilers leaving, if I'm being honest.
He's still mad at that.
You can put the Coach, you can finish your thought, but you didn't know.
I mean, it's tough. When you watch a game like that, it's like, I don't know. I don't know who to put the blame on. Like, it's so frustrating that, and I know it's not right, but there are moments when I'm going through all that I'm thinking, like, this is rigged. Like, this is so rigged. This is so dumb and like out of this world that this whole thing is rigged. But then obviously it's not.
This is such a Cowboys response right here from a
It
fan.
is rigged.
You lose a game that you're up 14
And it's rigged.
Like the whole world is against us. Oh my
It's
gosh.
rigged.
Oh,
Guys, I was
no.
trying to be vulnerable with you guys and let
And
you
you know
know what I
who's
was really
rigging it?
going through.
God.
There you go. That could be it.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
Adam Stats. That's it, Adam Stats. He's got those stats for you.
You guys never go through that? Where you feel like it's rigged?
I do, but I try not to do that about my teams because I know that I'm biased. But I do. My general thought is where there's money, there's corruption generally. And it doesn't have to be corruption from inside the fundamental beams.
Uh-huh.
Just that.
It's just weird that every time I lose a bet or my team loses, that's when I think it's rigged.
25 Whistles brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official. But no, I don't think it's rigged.
Okay.
No. An official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app and use the code BobbySports to get in on the action now. This parlay, it's a for sure.
Yeah!
You want to guarantee some smiles? I'm about to give it to you right now. Let's go. Go over to the app on Saturday morning. It's going to say 25 Whistles. Got a little picture of me like the logo. Bet it. Because this one, I never have felt a smile coming on like I felt with this one.
Oh, my.
I'm about to give you. I don't care how much money. I'm sorry. I don't care how many smiles you got.
Hey.
Smiles. Here we go. LSU minus 14.5 at UAB. And I'm going to tell you why. They have to. Their emotion is we need to go win and we need to win big because they're still on the clock for maybe getting in, but they need style points too, just in case. They're going to be 2 losses. LSU minus 14.5 at UAB. No, versus UAB. They're at LSU. The next one. Auburn money line. Kevin, why your eyes get big there?
Because anytime you say Auburn money line, that means they win. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Did they win last week?
Yeah, they did. I don't know who are they playing. I'm looking.
Did they almost win the week before with Cadillac? Cadillac's almost. Yeah, right, almost. It's almost. But that team has played well.
I love Cadillac. I love that story.
What are you looking at there, Kevin?
I'm looking at Auburn. Oh, we were just talking about him. Little Western Kentucky.
Exactly.
Okay. Sorry.
Auburn money line versus Western Kentucky.
Oh, now you like
I
it,
pumped
Kevin?
the brakes a little bit. Okay.
They've almost. I keep saying almost. They did win last week. They almost won the week before. It's a big game for them. I'm going TCU money line.
Yes.
And I told you. Now they'll probably lose.
And they're dogs in that, right?
They are, but like 2.5.
Yeah.
I think no. Maybe they're a 2.5 point favorite.
No, no, they're the favorite.
Yeah, they're the favorite,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
close.
I
It's
thought they
close.
were dogs.
Yeah, it's close. So LSU minus 14.5. Auburn money line, TCU money line. Boom. You bet $20, you win 90. You bet 50, you win 227. Right now, it'll change probably a little bit. Just letting you know, listeners that don't have the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Mike, why you look at me like that?
I'm gonna bet it.
Okay, good. Yeah. Hey, and then go ahead and spend it. Just put it on your credit card. Go ahead and spend those miles because you're gonna get it back. Listeners don't have the DraftKings Sportsbook app, can download it now. Get on the action. 25 whistles parlay on DraftKings Sportsbook. New users use the code BobbySports when you download the app. 21 and up, most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Boom, boom, boom. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text Tennessee REDLINE 1-800-889-9789. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. There you go. Fantasy tips of the week. Quickly, I'm going to give you some money makers. If I can say that here because we ain't talking about real money. Talking about fantasy football.
Yeah. Fantasy.
Here we go. First of all, if you are at a point where you're struggling to make the playoffs, or you're a team struggling and you have to Hail Mary it, and you're holding on to a stud, but a couple other of your people in your lineup are kind of weak, it's okay to trade the stud now and get two pretty good players and hope one of them goes off. Don't hold on to your studs if you're struggling. Because you're going to have to do something different because it hasn't worked out for you. Let's say you have Jonathan Taylor. He's back now. You could probably get a really good player and a pretty good player for Jonathan Taylor and fill out that lineup a little more instead of putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, last week definitely gave you some value for him.
You can't one basket right now. So you have to move from what's got you here. Don't dance with the girl that brought you. The girl that brought you is sitting with that. You think about that?
Yeah. I like that.
Also, I'm going to give you a little tip here about Jaylen Warren. He's in Pittsburgh. He's back up to Najee Harris. They're giving him the ball a lot more, and Najee always gets hurt. And so he's put up, I think, 6 or 7, 9 points the last game. Good backup running back. And better than a backup, or if you just need somebody because you have a spot that you can't find a running back. He's a good one, and he's a great, on top of that, he's a great handcuff too, just in case. But they're giving him the ball a lot more. He's a rookie. He had 9 and 10 points the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
Here's a risk. If you're going to make the playoffs for sure and you have a spot on your bench, go and grab OBJ. He may not be able to play for you. But if you have a spot, hold him. Because it might turn into something. If you have a spot, hold him. And if you have a stud on bye this week and you're fighting for the playoffs, this week matters just as much as the last week does. If you may lose because you have a stud on bye, trade the stud and get something good for him. Because you have 4 weeks to do it, and every week is super important. Adam made the smart decision. I sent Adam 2 pretty good players for one running back, and I wouldn't say he's a stud, but he's a pretty good running back.
He's averaged like 15 points over the last 3 weeks.
Just the last 3 weeks in Miami. But it's the fact that he's on bye, and Adam's got to win games.
Got to win games.
He can't lose a game and be like, well, I was really hoping I could luck through and win this one, and you're hoping for a lot of things. So I got Jeff Wilson, and he's on bye this week, but I can do it. I'm like 8-2 in our league. But I thought that was a pretty smart move by Adam, and that's it. Those are my fantasy thoughts.
You guys,
You want to hear my other fantasies? So here I am.
no, we don't want to hear those.
Oh,
We
go
don't
ahead.
hear
Hear the
those.
music.
You guys like run into problems with not having spots in your bench?
Yeah.
Like I have like 5 people I can get rid of. Like always. And I'm in 3 leagues and my bench is so weak that I can get rid of anyone in there.
I don't. I have either a handcuff to my biggest, I usually have a really good backup quarterback in case,
That's so smart.
and then I've got receivers that can get you double digits hot and cold or a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
I mean, George Pickens. Yeah. He'll get you 10 or 11, but then he'll go 0 the next week. You can find those guys anywhere on the waiver wire. So I'm never worried about having to find one of those because they exist. So, and I also have guys that I think have huge potential. I can just read your mind, and then I got to go. I got a stupid thing I got to do.
Probably have to do that with you.
You don't.
So stupid.
We have to do a picture thing later too.
Oh, that's not the stupid thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Here's my bench. And I have them all for strategic reasons. Zeke's on my bench this week because I'm still scared to play him.
Yes.
And this isn't just
With
one.
Pollard
I'm
playing
only
so
playing
well?
2 leagues. No, he's just been hurt, and I don't need to play him, and I can't risk him getting a 0. But I have Melvin Gordon. He's splitting time in Denver, but he's still scoring points or throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
I have him on the bench. I have Cam Akers, who I wouldn't have held 3 or 4 weeks ago, but he's getting as many carries now in the platoon with the Rams, and I think they could eventually go back to him now that they didn't trade him. So I'm not playing him, but I have him just in case. I have Warren and Pittsburgh on the bench. So I always have somebody for a reason of a just in case. I have Jamar Chase on my bench in my other league. Just because he's may come back this week, may not.
Yeah,
But
he
either
may.
way, I'm gonna sit him. I'm gonna sit him so he didn't get hurt.
You're good, man. That'll help him recover a little bit.
All right.
When you sit him in your
Give him
fantasy
another week
team.
of rest.
Good coaching there, dude.
Thank you. Okay, 10 seconds. Give me your games, both games you're excited about. Kevin.
For me, it's USC and UCLA. That's the one rivalry in California that you will hear about. They actually kind of hype up a little bit, and they're both good. So I'm excited to see that one. And then I hate to say this, but it's got to be the Cowboys-Vikings. NFL.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
whatever
Good
you
for
want.
both teams. This is a good game.
Yeah.
Adam?
College football. I really want to see Michigan, Illinois randomly. That running back for Illinois is really good. I want to see how Michigan can hold up. Are they gonna be thinking about Ohio State this week and overlook Illinois?
The beauty
Illinois,
would be if Michigan loses and then they beat Ohio State and they're both out.
man,
oh,
that would
awesome.
that's how you get 3 SEC teams in. The other one, Titans and Packers. This just feels like a really trajectory shifting game for both people because everybody I feel like has been watching the Titans wait for them to stub their toe because they play those grinded out games where they win by 3 or 4 points. And the Packers, did they find something last week? Who knows? I'm really interested to see how both those teams respond this week.
Eddie?
Yeah, I'm going to go with college, Georgia, Kentucky, just because I don't know. If Georgia somehow can lose a game, I want to watch that. I don't think they will. Kentucky's not as good as Georgia, but it'll be a fun game to watch. I'm looking forward to that.
I think Kentucky has not a chance, but Kentucky has a Missouri-type chance.
Sure.
If everything's just right, Kentucky has a good enough quarterback to make some stuff happen, but yes, they'll lose.
And the NFL side, dude, I don't know. Did you watch the Central Michigan whatever snow game that was on Wednesday night?
Yes.
I mean, it's just the whole thing of watching a snowy football game. I might make some hot chocolate for the boys, put on some Christmas music, and watch
it ain't
this
snowing
game.
at your house.
No, but still, if it's on TV, they're
Oh.
going to think it's snowing at my house. I want to set that whole scene up.
They're going to think it's snowing at your house. You need to talk to your kids about TV what that actually is.
Yeah.
So Bills, Browns is going to be an awesome game.
I'm looking forward to Vandy in Florida just because let's see what Vandy's up to.
Oh man,
They won. They've been gritty. They won their first SEC game. But in Florida, they're no treat. They're better. They have better athletes. But can Vandy do it again? That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
I'd love
boy.
Can Florida show up and care enough?
that would be cool. And then the Colts and Eagles. Let's see. Jeff Saturday,
Yes, let's see.
you just went and you
Guys.
beat Vegas, who's terrible. If you can go and play the Eagles, Coach of the Year.
After
I
2
said it.
games.
Coach of the Year.
I mean, 2 impressive games.
Give him the trophy.
There's no way,
I'm looking
dude.
forward to the Colts and the Eagles.